right, so I'm mostly only gonna film myself at Kramer's Creek because there's not really anyone there. I'm still pretty embarrassed to be filming on the disc golf course. But it's Sunday, it's beautiful out. I came to Camp Tecumseh. There's no one else on the course, so I don't feel weird with the camera out. And we're gonna play my favorite course. I think this is the best course in New Jersey. I know a lot of people say Stafford is, but this is beautifully maintained, a ton of different layouts. So yeah, we're gonna shoot 18 here. The layout I'm playing is called AM Round Day 2. I'll kind of explain all the different holes throughout this. We've got a different camera. It's the Nikon Z30 and this Hollylands microphone. I did not bring a dead cat. There's a little bit of wind, so sorry for audio. There's also a shooting range not far away from here, or just people hunting, so you might hear a few gunshots in the background. But first hole, 230, kind of right up there to the left of the little tunnel. I'm gonna throw 2 off the top. The iBlend Tomb and a Diamond Shaman, which is probably the worst color to throw this time of year. Oh man, that was gonna be perfect if I was a little more to the right. Sit. Okay, that's a little deep, but at least we're down there. All right, we went pretty deep. There's a run to it, not a great one. Got to get over these prickers a little bit. All right, par on the first. This hole always gives me trouble for some reason. Also, we got the new Fractal 300 PA3s with the devil's stamp on them. These are so sick. I'm getting used to them. They're brand new. I haven't putted with them yet. A little tackier than I'm used to, but I think they'll be good. Yeah. All right, that was 2 from the short tee. We're gonna play this 2 to the long basket. If you look straight ahead, you can see the short basket in yellow. The blue basket's pushed all the way past the tree line, and then there's a big open field in the back. There's a creek that's OB, maybe 250 feet in front of you, so that's kind of the scary part. I usually throw my heat here because the best landing spot's off to the right of the yellow basket. If you go left, you're pinched. But I threw this turn here last time, and it was probably one of the sickest shots I've ever thrown. So we're gonna try again. It's probably gonna be a bad idea, but I can't help but try. Keep turning. Okay, that's a pretty good shot. That was actually an ace run on the short basket, but nice. This is actually a great spot. I like being over right a little more, but I got lucky in a kind of just nice straight shot right here. I think I'm gonna go Shaman actually, just straight up to it. It's maybe 200 feet. A little right. That's a long putt, but it's a putt. Three, short tee. This is the reason I play this older layout, because there's a new 3 long tee that is really hard, and I hate it. I didn't know where to set the camera up on this because the whole point of this shot is pretty much to hit this gap right here, go forward, skip right, or kind of fade right, and then we've got like the green is on a little island with OB Creek behind it. I'm gonna throw my Neutron Pyro straight down the gut. Hopefully it either fades right or skips right. The bigger the skip or fade, the better shot we have at a birdie putt. Too low, but still a good skip. This is not a bad spot, but if it was a higher throw, it would have been perfect. I'm trying to like smooth out my forehands, and that did feel super smooth. So I'm gonna do a little baby run at this because probably 6 feet behind it is OB. But there's a lot of rocks, so it can't really skip too much. That's fine, that's par. All right, if you've never played Tecumseh, this is where it gets a little confusing. We're on 4's tee pad. The 4 basket is up the hill here. It's like a really soft par 4 that's really boring. And then 5 is the exact same thing down. So you play, a lot of people here play Safari from 4 tee to 5 basket. We're gonna do 4 tee to 5 short basket. It's essentially a big crescent moon where you just wanna push those 3 trees in front of you and start fading to the left of it. I'm gonna throw Halo TL3 just on hyzer and hopefully just swoop the whole way and not skip too far to the left. That should be kind of perfect. I think we're on the pathway still, which is perfect. This is a great shot. Basket's about 200 feet ahead. I don't know. I like a forehand approach here, so I think I'm going to kind of flex a zone a little bit through this Jawbreaker ESP zone. I think the backhand doesn't have enough room for the hyzer. That might go in. Oh, that hit the pole. That was terrible filming. Cool, hole 6. Last time I played this, I aced it with a detour, kind of to the left side of the tree right in front of you with just, turn to the right, dead straight. I just got this lobster from Foundation. I don't know if you can see this stamp. I don't know if this is purposely a reference to Larry from SpongeBob, but if it is, it's the best lobster print you can get. So shout out Brad for sending this to me. It's a little flippier. I haven't gotten to throw it much. So I'm just kind of trying to put some hyzer on that left gap and hope it turns over and give it the right amount of height. Not the right amount of height. Oh, that was terrible. We are at hole 7, but because of the Safari, we're 2 down through 5, and we've only birdied the hard holes so far. 7 is a par 5, 750 feet, straight ahead, then a hard left. Your best bet is to just go perfectly straight down this and try not to fade too hard to the left, and obviously not kick into either side. I usually throw my Supreme Escape. I'm gonna try my Jackalope so it doesn't fade as much. And I'm gonna aim straight for that tree that I always hit right in the middle, hopefully go to either side of it. Oh, that's going right, really bad. Oh, kick left, which also isn't great. This camera battery is dying also, so I'll probably use it for like 2 more holes. I think my best shot is to like forehand turn over something straight ahead so I can get down there. I really want par on this hole. I know it's probably asking for a bogey by doing something like this instead of just pitching out, but we're gonna try anyways. Sit. Okay, that got a lot more distance for a pitch out, so I'm happy with that. We are right in the fairway, hole straight ahead. I think I'm just gonna go, do I just do hex again? I think I'm just gonna try and push a crave straight through. It's a pretty tight gap. Yeah. Oh, I shanked that. I need to get up and down here for a par save. After 2 tree kicks, that would be a great for this hole. I think I've got a little inside hyzer through this with a zone. Perfect. So we're on hole 8. The Nikon died. I am now using the action cam that shall not be named, but it's just such an easier setup, and it's wider, so you're not gonna see it as well, but it's still 4K and the battery life is incredible. There's also a dead cat on this mic, which is great. So we're at 327. You just gotta follow this woods line. I'm gonna try an Emperor forehand. I have to put it out enough and give it enough power and not saw it off. That's my biggest issue here. I think that's good, if not a little short. All right, definitely short. I think still in the circle, maybe just at the edge. Oh, that was terrible. Hole 9, 570 feet. This is the short tee pad to the long basket, which I think is the best layout on this hole. If you see the bench straight ahead, it's maybe 75 feet to the right behind those bushes and kind of like surrounded by brush. We're gonna try the turn again. It's probably a little risky if it goes too far right, so I'm gonna just try and throw it straight at my car right there and have it float and then maybe fade out a little bit. That looks really good if it can start getting stable. Okay, I think that's a great shot. This is a good spot. Kind of all I need to do is a little hyzer with a zone. I don't want to skip. This is a, man, what is this? A banger top Crystal Z Flex zone. Jono got me from Worlds, so shout out. This thing is sick. It should hit and kind of sit a little easier, but there are woods on the backside of it. So you kind of have this like 25, 30 foot wide landing zone you have to get it into. I think that's perfect. I've probably said that 100 times. That's a terrible way to miss a birdie. Hole 10, we should be 3 down, but we're not. This is an island hole. Usually when the leaves are in, it's lower ceiling, but it's not too bad right now. The basket is straight ahead in that cluster of trees, so you kind of have some guardian trees around it. You have to get over the second road. It is 317. The canoe, you might not be able to see it there, but there's a canoe, so if you go too low, you can't skip off the middle grass. I'm gonna go pyro. I either go pyro or hex. I like the skip out of this. Let's flex it a little bit. I like that a lot. I threw that line with my hex. I think it would have been an ace run, but this is still a great shot. Hole 11. This one's pretty tough. Road is OB. The basket is up where the road kind of S's to the top left, and it's on a hill with a lot of rollaway potential. I'm gonna throw the jackalope, kind of a turnover, and you wanna land it, I don't know if you can see, but there's horseshoes and like a barbecue pit there, kind of close to the road. You should have a great upshot. I'm gonna throw a second shot after, which is the turn. I've always wanted to know if I can make it and skip off the road and get into near the green. So we'll throw my real shot first, then we'll throw the turn. Stable out a little. That's a great spot. It's under a bunch of leaves, so that'll be hard to find, but all right, turn. I'm gonna try and put everything I have into this. Did I turn it too much? I missed the line. I'm right at the trees up there though, so I don't think I can make it over even. That was a good shot too, so I just don't think I can make it over. This is a pretty good shot. The turn was right in those bushes right there. So at best, if I was lucky and got it over, I could have skipped off the street and maybe been just up there. I'm kind of, these bushes mess up the hyzer, so I'm gonna throw my shaman. I don't know if I'm even on camera. I'm gonna throw my shaman just straight at it, stand still. Hyzer, and it's probably gonna stand up and go flat. I just have to not hit this tree in front of me. Cool. Little, not the worst putt, but uphill with a lot of rollaway potential. So this is always a scary putt. All right, so we're at hole 13 because we skipped 12. If you've played here before, 12 is a bad hole. That's just asking to lose a disc, and it's not very fun. There's a ton of OB and a ton of jail, but 280 straight ahead. It's pretty much you have a left or a right gap. I've been taking the right gap a lot lately. I kind of want to throw the forehand though today because I've been working on it a bit. So I think I'm gonna throw the destroyer, or the emperor, sorry, just to be safe. I'd rather be pin high because then you have a downhill putt rather than an uphill putt. That's perfect. So this is 14. This is where the course really starts opening up and gets really fun. Lots of distance, 530, straight downhill, baskets to the right along these woods, OB over the road. I think the turn's gonna turn over too much, and to the right is really scary. This is a new, really domey wraith I got. I'm just gonna try and throw it and get a little push out of it right down by that tree. High, but I think that should be really good. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, this is a great shot. Just ahead, little hyzer zone. So I didn't commit to the zone shot, left it short, had to go from a knee, and it popped out on chains. So that's a par, which kind of sucks. So 15's not too bad. It's only 200 feet uphill, road OB, tree right in front of you. There's a little part of the parking lot or the road behind it that's also OB. I usually throw my pyro or a zone. I think I'm gonna try this Phoenix from a foundation that they sent over from the In the Bag episode, and just really spike hyzer it and not give it too much power. Yeah, that's great. All right, first hole with the Phoenix. A birdie, although a pretty easy one, but good start. All right, there's a million cars because this is also a camp. And there's definitely some sort of event. 340 straight ahead. If you fade too hard, you just push all the way down this hill. I have to throw quick here before another car comes because it's kind of in the road. Wraith. I'm a little bummed at this shot, but I had cars coming from both directions and my camera tripod was in the middle of the road. So I really rushed that. This is what happens if you don't put it right enough or straight enough. It's not the worst. Little step putt. This is considered hole B. If you ever come here, just check to see if the camp's going on because there can be a lot of stuff out here. Short basket yellow is what we're going to. I've been throwing a little too far with my Tesla, so I'm gonna throw this FD1, which I haven't thrown very often. We just want to go straight out to the right of the tree, fade back in and let it skip a little with the hill. So let's see. I think that's really good. Pin high, but good. I'm probably 25 long, which I'm surprised by because that's kind of where my Tesla was going. So this thing pushed. I guess it's not as stable as or overstable as I thought it was. This is kind of a scary putt because there's water to the right here. So we're gonna do nice, soft. We're not shooting bad, but it definitely left some strokes out there. This is a really fun hole. This is hole C. You're kind of all the way back behind everything. And essentially what we're doing is we're gonna go straight up this hill. I don't know, maybe 300 feet. And then we're gonna go another maybe 200 feet to the right over by those tall trees. I think the turn would actually be great here because if you can push right, that's great, but you have this low ceiling here to kind of cut it off. And then your OB along here into a parking lot where some of the camp housing is. Keep turning. Turn, 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 turn. Okay. We cut this in half. We're 300 from the tee pad uphill, and now we're 300 from the pin, literally almost halfway. OB on the left here. I never throw the forehand, even though it's the obvious play, because if you go saw it off, you skip down OB, and then you're pushing OB on the left. I have my Emperor. I'm gonna try and throw nice and high spike hyzer forehand. I think we did it. We're about 35, 13 yards, 36 feet. So we can step here, but it's a little scary and there's OB out the back. It's a bit there. So we're gonna do a nice light step putt here. Come on. Ah. All right, this is hole 17, kind of the iconic hole at Tecumseh. It is a 440-foot island hole, OB road, OB behind, and then like maybe 100 feet inside is the island. I'm gonna throw the swirly S-Blend Emperor that Bedanza sent me. Shout out. This hole is so much fun. And we're also back to 17. We're even with the numbers we've been saying now. So we're 6 down through 17. Sit. That's a great shot. That kind of sucks. 18th hole, we're 6 down. I don't think we're playing that bad because my best score ever, I think on here was 7. And I think we've hit 3 bands and 2 chain outs, which are still bad putts, but it means we were pretty close to a couple extra strokes. This is Eagle Bowl. It's a 900-foot downhill par 5. If you can get it down enough, you can go for it over the bridge. If I get it even remotely close, I'm going for it because I've never actually tried it before. I'm gonna throw my Wraith because I just think the other ones with the turn have way too much possibility of going OB on the right. So I'm just gonna try and really rip this down there. Oh no. Oh. That's somehow safe because it hit the side of the road and stayed in, or else that was going OB, but we'll take it. The right of me, it kind of hills up to the road and I got lucky and hit that and rolled over. I said I was gonna go for it no matter what, but it's like 600 feet to the basket and there's a creek right in front of it. So I'm not doing that. I'm gonna throw this TL3 hyzer over the road and you wanna get kind of into the little clearing gap right there. If you're short, that's okay, but if you go too far left, you're in a really bad spot. So I'm just gonna hyzer this over the road and have it come back. Don't go too far left. Okay, That's good. We're safe. This isn't a bad spot to be in, but I wish I was pushed up a little more. You just want to aim at that double tree, the bridge. There's a creek across it. This is my banger Crystal Z Flex zone. Just gonna build a big hyzer on it and have it crash into the basket. As long as that doesn't hit the tree, that's good. All right, that's Tecumseh, best course in New Jersey. 7 down through 18. Not bad, could have done better. I'll take it though. If you do come here, there's a Facebook group. They are closed some weekends and a lot during the summer because they have a full camp here. So just be courteous, especially if you do B and C. There can be people back there, and if there are, just don't play those two, no matter how good they are. But yeah, I'll see you back at Kramer's Creek.